Yo, what's happening, boys and girls? How the devil are we? Shanksy here, and today I'm a little bit late on parade, but we are going to be looking back through the Heroes campaign, particularly the last set. So from Heroes 7 onwards, Dr. Matrix messaged me last night. He was like, "Hey Shanksy, really like your content. Would you mind checking out the Heroes from 7.1 to 7.9 again, as I'm really struggling with the team." Now, I know we've done this for the Villains campaign, so it just made sense to come back over this and redo it again for the Heroes. Now, a lot of this is going to be a little bit RNG, guys. I'm going to be using fairly meta teams, as it were, but it is going to be RNG as well. So you might have to do a few of these nodes a couple of times. As you can see, I have 3-starred all of these already. But you might get unlucky one day. Someone might crit one of your... whatever. You know, it might take a couple of attempts. But at least we'll be able to put you on the right path on who you should be using. Or at least who is possible to use and get a 3-star on it fairly straightforwardly. So, without much further ado, Dr. Matrix, this one's for you, baby. We're going to be kicking off with 7.1. We're going to go through to 7.3, and then I'll try and get 7.4 to 7.6 out tomorrow, maybe the day after, and then 7.7 to 7.9 will be the day after that, or whatever. You know, hopefully we'll get them all out this week. There are a couple of other videos in the pipeline, though, for this week as things stand. So, without further ado, we are going to go into the first one, Hero 7.1. You can get some pretty good gold gear out of this as well. I think this is all hand, if I'm not mistaken. And we are going to be using, for the first 3 nodes, guys, bog standard defenders. Bog standard defenders. Now, what I'm going to do is switch over Jessica Jones with Iron Fist. And we're going to make sure Iron Fist is next to Luke Cage. Daredevil is going to go over next to Luke Cage, and Daredevil is going to basically soak up that splash damage, but possibly avoid it at the same time. In doing so, Punisher's going to get the right ump, and he's going to attack anyone that attacks over that side. So it's going to make things a little bit easier for us. This whole team is 310k. I believe Punisher is gear tier 14. So he's a bit of a chunky Punisher. But this works really well with like hero brawlers as well. If you wanted to build hero brawlers like Spider-Man in there, America Chavez, Miss Marvel, obviously, they all work in this place. Now, if you didn't have a big Punisher but had a big Miss Marvel, that would also work in this one as well with the rest of the Defenders team. Fairly straightforward. We're going to output a load of damage super early on. We're going to put this on like 2 times speed. Now, to start with, Doctor Strange is going to be our big one. Now, they give Nick Fury out for free on this. So, as we get Nick Fury, we're going to call in some minions. And we're going to get that offense up. We're going to focus on Strange straight away. And just get him out of there. We don't need him in this whatsoever. Then, we're going to go back to Fury. And we're going to grant all of them buffs to everybody else. This is where it's going to get ridiculous. We'll go over to Nobu. And we will use Daredevil's ult, which is going to chain across to hopefully everyone. That should have actually killed Nobu. That was super unlucky there that he dodged that. And that's what I'm saying. Like the RNG aspect of it is sometimes we're just going to get unlucky. You know, just going to get unlucky. We are going to spray them all down and hopefully take out Elsa. With that, we're going to call in defense up on Luke Cage, and that will take out Elsa. Now, we've got 5 left. It doesn't really matter who we target, but I'm going to take out the hand archers first, because I've got quite a lot of buffs up and I don't want to lose all my buffs from these pesky meddling fools. So we're going to take out them guys first. Just going to ping him out. So, see what I mean? RNG, baby. Just dodged it left, right and centre. Well out of order. Another dodge. What are you, Spider-Man? Behave yourself. Right. Bop, bop, bop. Take out Loki. I'm not really fussed about Hand Sorceress whatsoever. That's Loki dead. And then we'll get the little heal up. Take out Hand. Bada bing! 7.1. Cruise through. We'll skip the dialogue. And move on to 7.2. Now for 7.2, I'm going to use the exact same team, guys. Exact same team for 7.2 and 7.3, in all fairness. It's just going to be the hero... The Punisher show, really. Move on to 7.2. We'll fight this as well. Now this one, I believe we get Mr. Fantastic in there as well. So instead of having Nick Fury, which was actually really handy for Nick Fury, spreading that offense up is actually really handy. We're going to get Mr. Fantastic as a secondary character. And I think the third one we get America Chavez. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure we get America Chavez. Let this load in. Yeah, there we go, Mr. Fantastic. We got Shield Operative. Now this one is all about keeping this Shield Operative alive, right? So the big thing there is you want to make sure Luke Cage is over on the far side. Because when we taunt with Luke Cage, everyone's going to be attacking him. We don't want any splash damage to go over that way. So we are going to hopefully take out Vulture first. We're going to get the heal going straight away. Turn 1 already for Operative. And we've only got to make 4 stages here. So it's going to be fairly straightforward keeping these guys alive. That was actually really handy that he chained over there, because that means Punisher's going to get the right ump. We've already got debuffs on Punisher and Daredevil. So we're going to clear them with Jessica Jones's second ability. And then we're going to smash into Deadpool as much as possible. So we're going to take a little bit of splash damage. As you can see, every time someone deals some splash damage over there, he's getting the right ump, and Punisher's dealing some big damage over to him. Now, if Mr. Fantastic dies, I'm pretty sure it still classifies as a 3-star, so it's not the end of the world. So with this one, we're going to spray them all, see if it can kill anyone off. It does. Beautiful. We're going to get the heal, take out Bullseye. We're then going to go for Korath. Now, I'm going to leave Rhino up. Rhino could be a bigger target, in all fairness, because he deals a lot of splash damage where the other two don't. In fact, yeah, let's do that. Let's do go into Rhino, and hopefully that will chain across and kill them all. Right, now the big ones here are going to be the Shockers straight away. Shockers are a real pain, like a real pain. Let's stun that one. Let's try and one-tap that one. Heading! There we go. And then we're going to move on to the Green Goblin, because, again, the Green Goblin's got a big AoE and no one needs that in their life right now. Right, with that, we're going to use Punisher's second ability and just literally blitz them all in. Now, unfortunately, we've got to go forward because we've got the taunt on him over there. But I think we're only 1 phase away, or we might even be done. Phase 3 out of 4 complete. We might actually kill them all off by the time we get to the last stage. But even if you don't, you can see that even if you can't deal the damage, as long as you can keep them away from Shield Operative, you're pretty much good as gold. Like, you're pretty much good as gold. We got the taunt up over there, so they've got to go through Luke Cage, and we are golden, baby. Right, moving on to 7.3, which is your Black Widow farm. So if you guys haven't yet got Black Widow, this is the best way to farm her, the only real way to farm her, apart from getting super lucky in premium orbs. And you can also get the superior focus catalyst part out of this. And to be honest, all these gold gears, or orange gears, whatever colour you think they are super important, especially coming up to Dark Dimension, where we are burning through some of these orange mats. So let's get on with this one. And again, exactly the same team, boys and girls, exactly the same loadout, and fingers crossed we should be able to 3-star it in 1 attempt. Now what I'll do at the very end of this video, I'll show you the levels on everyone and show you what skills, what passives and everything like that, what orange abilities are in this particular team, just in case you want to go down this route. Now don't get me wrong, there are other teams that can do this, and I don't necessarily think it might be worth, if you haven't got your defenders leveled up, I don't know if they'd be worth the resources that I've put into mine. So we'd go into Crossbones, and we're just going to AoE across. Now ideally I want to take out Ant-Man to start with. The reason why I want to take Ant-Man is I don't want that slow at all. Even though we can clear it with Jessica Jones, I'd just rather get rid of it immediately. Right, this one is where this turns a little bit RNG based. This Captain Marvel here is chunky, like chunky. Now, if she starts dealing big damage to us, or if she targets the wrong person, and one-shots them, it's not beyond the realms of, like, it's not impossible for her to just one-shot one of your characters right off the bat. So lucky enough, we've got defense up there and stuff like that. But if you do get unlucky, it can happen. You might just need to run it back and rerun it. You know, it is just one of them things. It's meant to be. It's like the last campaign, right? The 7 ones are the last campaign. They're meant to be tough, guys. So if you do have to run it once or twice, at least you know you're on the right track. So once Captain Marvel's gone down, honestly, it's more of just a clean-up job. Everyone's on full health. That was super straightforward taking her down. It's not always that easy, I've got to be honest with you. Right, on the last set, I personally go for Scarlet Witch first because there's 2 Visions. Now, Scarlet Witch and Vision have got that team up where they spread bleeds and stuff. So I'd like to take her out first. Then I'm going to go on to Ant-Man. Again, with Ant-Man, I don't want to slow on everyone, even though I can clear it if need be. But Vision goes over there. Vision goes over there. And I don't think, I think Ant-Man will get to go first. In fact, we're going to try and ping him out. Ha-ha! Pinged out. Love it. Right, we'll take on that Vision. Probably should have gone for that Vision. And hopefully it chained across, but it's no big deal. This one has been won. This one is all shades of sorted right now. Right, then we'll clear off the negative effects. Just for good measure. Get a defense up. Just for good measure. Because Vision can block or dodge the next 37 attacks. So we might as well. And there we go. JD, job done. That is 7.1 to 7.3 completed. 3 stars. We got fairly lucky. But this was done on my account before I tier 14 Punisher as well. So I'm going to show you the levels on everyone right now, guys. But keep in mind, this was done before I tier 14 Punisher. So if we go over to here, that is only city heroes that is possible there. So we'll go city and see if we can get heroes as well. So that is only city heroes. We can see we've got Ghost Rider up there. We've got Punisher at 71k. This was done when he was gear tier 13, level 70. So he doesn't need to be up that full level. Then we got Jessica Jones at level 70. She has got tier 4s in her basic. And the reason for that, it grants ability energy for random defender allies. And that's absolutely huge. Every time she basics, random energy is absolutely massive. I've also tier 4'd her passive. Now, her ultimate. Her ultimate's not really needed in this. As you see, we didn't really need to clear any buffs off the opposition. But that is in my one, so it might as well show. Tier 4, other than that, it's level 6 on both special ability and level 4 on denial. Then we go across to Daredevil. Daredevil is sat at 62k. He has got tier 4s on his basic and his passive. And the reason why I like this one on the passive is it's an extra 5% speed for all defenders. And honestly, speed kills, baby. Speed kills. So Daredevil made sense to tier 4 there. Luke Cage is level 70, 6664. No tier 4s on him whatsoever at all at 57k. And then last but not least, we've got Iron Fist. And we have got tier 4s on his passive. Other than that, it's 666. So that is the team. That is what quite easily done it. And as I say, this was quite easy before we took Punisher up to level 75. Guys, I hope that's helped for the first stage of the Heroes campaign. Join me tomorrow when we crack into the next bit. Guys, as always, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for future content, and I will see you on the flip side, baby. You take it easy.